All right, so now that we know how these work, we can speed this along a little bit. What are the key features of the quadratic function f of x equals 2, x minus 3 squared plus 4? Well, that is vertex form. We can identify the vertex. Remember, your vertex is hk. Our h value is a positive 3, opposite of our sign in there with the x, tricky x. Our k value is a positive 4, so our vertex is 3, 4. The axis of symmetry, actually I'll go ahead and plot that point on our graph. 3, 4. If we go over 3 and up 4, we have this point right there. Parabolas have an axis of symmetry. That's just a symmetry line that goes straight through the vertex. It cuts your graph in half, or cuts your parabola in half, and it's always going to be the x value of the vertex. So since our vertex has an x value of 3, the axis of symmetry is x equals 3. It's going to be the horizontal line going through, or sorry, the vertical line going through that point. Maximum or minimum. Because this graph has a positive a value, our a value is equal to positive 2. We got that from our equation. That means that our graph is going to open up. When you have parabolas that open up, you can see that they have a minimum value. There's a lowest point. So our graph will have a minimum value, and the minimum value is going to be the lowest that it gets. That's going to be a y value. The minimum value is going to be a 4. It is always the y value of your vertex. But let's go ahead and get the rest of our points on here, and we can see how we know that the minimum value will be 4. So our a value is 2. And we can use the 1, 3, 5 pattern multiplied by our a. So 2 times 1, 2 times 3, 2 times 5. So we have a 2, 6, 10 pattern. If we put those over 1, we will go from our vertex up 2 to the right 1, up 6 to the right 1, up 10 to the right 1. So up 2 to the right 1, we've got that point. Up 6 to the right 1 is off of our graph, so then we can just get the same point on the other side. If we draw in that parabola, now we can see that, yeah, the minimum value is at a positive 4, like we said it would be. So that y value of your vertex will be the maximum or the minimum value. Okay, some other key features. Domain. Your domain of your quadratic functions is always going to be all real numbers. If we look at the parabola, this eventually will head off to the right, head off to the left, hit every single x value. If we look at the function, are there any numbers? We can take any number, subtract 3, square it, multiply by 2, and add 4. Are there any numbers where we cannot do that math? No, there's not. So our domain will be all real numbers. And then the range, we notice that our parabola is not going to go below this line at 4. So the range for your y's, all of the y's are greater than or equal to that value of 4.